Alright, we back. So today what we're gonna do is we're gonna be launching a website, and we're gonna secure the index.html file inside of our EC2 instance on Amazon. We'll also be creating an S3 bucket to house the images that will be accessed on the website through the links that we provide from S3 inside of the HTML index. But we're going to separate the images from the index HTML file. So the S3 bucket will be publicly accessible for the images, but the index HTML file will be installed in our EC2 instance on the NGINX web server. And at the end, we'll be connecting a CloudWatch dashboard so you can visualize the metrics that's going on. Alright, so let's get started. First, we're going to create the bucket, and you can do this either way. You can create the bucket or you can create the EC2 first, but I'm going to create the bucket first. Okay, so I'm going to say my dynamic website, and maybe that in your S3 bucket always has to have a unique name. So if somebody else on the internet has that name, it won't work. So, and we'll just change it. So, and for the block public access, we want to uncheck this, and we want to give an acknowledgement that we know that we did that. We'll keep the versioning off. Everything stays the same, pretty much default, and we'll create the bucket. Oh, somebody does have my dynamic website. We'll say beer website. As you can guess. Alright, so from there, we're going to go into the bucket and we're going to upload some files. Alright, so the files we want to add are, where are they? They're here. So they're going to be this one. It's going to be this one, and this one. Alright, and those are 4 files that we'll be able to use or utilize on the website. So we'll upload that. Close this out. Now that we have this here, what I like to typically do first is get the URL that's going to be inside the index.html already set up and ready to go, so we don't have to come back and deal with that at all. So let's see, where do we have that? We have that here. So we're going to open this in VS Code. Alright, and one thing I want to do here is change this padding top to 0, and we'll scroll down till we see header. And you see here it's a red bracket, which means it's missing the closing curly bracket, so we'll give it there. Alright, and then what we'll do is we'll give a line height of say 90 pixels, and you put the closing colon, I think that's what they call it, and then we'll come down and border, we'll give it a border of hidden. And we're pretty much good to go for that part. So here we're saying insert the image. This is where we want to put the image. This is going to be the Hop Haven Brewery entrance. Okay, and to find that, we're going to go over to the list, and it's here. Now as you can see, it says S3 this, that, and the other. That's not the actual format of the URL that we want to use. But let's see, let's go, how do we want to do this? The format, the way the format is, it's like this. Let me get rid of this up into a point to right there, and we'll keep the Hop Haven Brewery because that's going to go on the end anyway. So it's HTTP : / and then the name of the bucket, which is my dynamic beer website. paste that there. And then it's .s3 because we're using S3. And then we're in US-east-1. And then .amazon AWS.com/. Now, pretty much all the rest of these are going to be the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this front part right here, just like that, copy that, and I'm going to go to the next one. It's going to make it a whole lot easier. Go to the front of there, and we'll paste that. Yep. Make sure it's not two slashes, because then it wouldn't work. Alright, we got that one, and this is the last one right here. Bam. Alright, so, and in code I have autosave on, so if you don't have yours on, turn that on so it'll always save, and you don't have to worry about it. So we'll just go ahead and close this out for now, and we're gonna go ahead and create our EC2 instance now. So with the instance, we're gonna launch the instance, and then we're gonna name this my dynamic beer instance. And we're using a Linux distribution, the Amazon 2023 AMI. The T2 Micro is the free tier eligible, the one we need. And for the key pair, I'm gonna use one that I already have, so I have to create another one. And we're gonna allow the HTTP traffic, and we're gonna say SSH is only available for my IP, keeping it secure. Then we're gonna launch the instance. Alright, and we'll go view instance, and as you can see it's pending. We're gonna go into there, and then what we want to see is this right here, this public IP. We'll open it up in another tab to have it ready. As you can see, there's nothing there now. Nothing is moving forward. It's like, hey, what are you doing? I don't have anything turned on, or so we'll just wait for this, and it's ready. So to connect to this, we'll hit this connect button, and as you can see right here, it's saying connection was reset, because there's nothing going on right now. And this is the folder where I have the PIM key, so I'm going to use that. And what I'll do first is just run the chmod, just to make sure that it's not publicly viewable. And then I'll run this example SSH command, and we'll be able to SSH into the machine. We say yes to add that to the list of hosts, and now we're in our EC2 instance. Alright, okay, so from there what we want to do is we want to start running some commands to install our NGINX web server. So we're going to do sudo yum update, and nothing to do, so we'll go to the next command, which is sudo yum install NGINX, and then I put the Y flag so I can just go ahead and run it instead of asking me, do I want to go ahead with the operation. So I press enter, run it, and bam, it's all good. So now we want to start the web server, so we'll do sudo systemctl start NGINX. Alright, now that it's started, we want to enable it so it automatically turns on at boot. So we'll press the up arrow key one time, and we'll get this out of the way, press enable, and you see it created a symlink. Alright, so that means every time we turn on the EC2, it's going to boot up and turn on. So let's check the status, and as you can see, it's running. Alright, press Q to get out of there, clear the screen. And so let's before we grab the file to pull into the EC2 instance that we modified on the VS Code, let's change the permission so that NGINX has read access to the file. Alright, so sudo change owner. I'm gonna do NGINX :NGINX space /usr, and then share, and then NGINX, and then HTML, and then index.html. Let me see. Yeah, it looks good. And press enter. Bam. And one more command, sudo chmod 644 and user. It's the same command as above. So share NGINX HTML and index.html. Bam. Alright, so now we want to exit out of here. And what we want to do is we want to grab the HTML file that we have in this right here, and we want to bring that into the EC2 instance. So we're going to use the scp command. This is to copy the file into the instance. And as you can see, we got dynamic nginx.pim. That's the key pair. And then give it the R flag, and then matter of fact, let's do this first. We'll say print working directory, so we have the path that we're gonna use in a minute. So scp space -i, and then double quotes dynamic nginx.pim. Come out of that, -r, and then we'll grab this right here and we'll paste that there, and then we'll give it another slash and say index.html. So it's not grabbing all the files in that folder, we just want the index.html. Okay, so space EC2 EC2-user, and this one we type out user, and then give it the @. Then we'll go back to the instance, grab the IP address, go back to the terminal, paste that in there. The IP is set, and we'll give it a :/tmp, and we're going to be sending it to the temp file folder. Press enter, asking yes, known host. So as you can see, it 100% sent the index.html file to the it sent it to the instance. So we're on our local machine. We exit out of the EC2 instance, so now we're going to SSH back into it. Okay, and now that we're back in, we're going to move that index.html file into the NGINX root directory. Alright. But first, let me show you something before we do that. Let's refresh this page, and you can see NGINX is working because we installed it, and we have it running. Okay. And so we're going to do sudo mv for move, and then it's in that temp file, and it's the index.html file that we're looking for. And then we're /user/share/nginx. Did I spell it right? nginx, and then HTML. Okay, so we move that there, and then we want to restart the system ctl restart nginx. Okay, boom. So now, if everything went right, what you'll see here now is the website that we were trying to create, that we did create over in the VS Code. So let's give it a refresh. and as you can see, it is here. Now what I don't see is the images, right? So the images, what we're gonna do is we're gonna say properties, and I know permissions. We're gonna go here and we'll edit the permissions, and we'll give a policy generator S3 bucket allow the principal. That was a test to make sure that, hey, it's not letting it without a policy set for it. So we want to get the objects, and go down here, select get object, bam, and then we want to place the ARN number, or the Amazon resource name. Paste that in there, put a slash and then a star. Add the statement, generate the policy, copy this, and then we'll go back into the policy, paste that, and save the changes. Bam. Now, it has the index.html file, right? But what we didn't see was the pictures. So now we refresh the page and we have the pictures, because we gave it a policy to get the pictures. And as you can see, you can click here, it's there, and we're good to go. So next, what we want to do is we want to set up a CloudWatch dashboard. But what we could do is go to the actual instance, and we will select the instance and select actions. And let's see, is it monitoring and troubleshoot? Yeah, so we'll manage CloudWatch alarms. So we'll create an alarm based off the CPU. So we'll create, right? And then what we'll do is we'll go to CloudWatch, and as you can see, the EC2, it has data here. Well, not sufficient data, but there's data. And this is the alarm set. You can set it for specific days. And let's see. Yeah, it has it at 5 minutes. And there's certain things you can set up on this. And as you can see, it doesn't have that much data yet, but as you can see, the S3 here, it's not enough data yet. We are not really doing too much. Maybe if we refresh or click on some stuff, or see what's going on, moving around, about us, beer list, maybe it might show us something. Let's see if there's a refresh, and it's just insufficient data. View alarms, view alarms insufficient. See, it has insufficient data because we're not really using it like that. But if you want to create a dashboard, you can just go to dashboards, create dashboard, and say, just name it my new DoorDash. Let's deliver some food, right? And you can select the metrics you want, and we'll just say line, right? And then down here you pick the service you want. So like S3 has storage metrics, and then you could pick, hey, number of objects, bucket byte size. You let's say number of objects, and we'll create the widget. You have that there. Save that. Go back to dashboards, create another dashboard, or no, let me see, dashboard. And let's see, can we add to this? Actions. We have so many different options basically. And then here, the plus sign. You can add another one by going down and saying EC2 per instance metrics. And so we already have disk utilization. So we'll say, what do we have here? It's a bunch of stuff. Let's just do disk disk read ops and disk write ops, and then we'll create the widget. So basically what you're doing is you're visualizing things that might be going on within the instance, seeing if people are utilizing it, if there's a lot of traffic, what's going on, and then you can basically know when to give it or allocate more resources, because it's going to take a lot more resources to run it because there's a lot more traffic. But this is the dashboard inside of Amazon AWS, and this is the website that was built. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was pretty quick, but I'm going to try to make videos on every project that I do, as well as the documentation that I put on my Medium. So thank you for following me on my journey, and I hope you guys found value with this video. See you on the next one.